Well, good morning, everyone. All you beautiful love streamers out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. We want to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living, Charlotte. I am your host, Horace. If this is your first time, we want you to know that we are just so delighted that you have chosen to join us today. Because with modern technology, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, especially as we share those wonderful happenings that are occurring here at CSO Charlotte. So please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org. Put in a prayer request and subscribe. We add to our recordings to our website each and every week. So, do you want to know who and what is Spiritual Living Charlotte? Well, I'm going to tell you. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Now, Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. He's been referred to as the great synthesizer. Now, at CSO Charlotte, we want you to know that every philosophy is honored along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. We are a diverse, open, and affirmative community. There are many paths to the divine. We may call it God, peace, love, spirit, infinite mind, or the I am presence. What's important is that it really doesn't matter what you call it. What is important is that for you to know that this is your power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge to join us. You can join us at any time because we recognize and refer to many of the Holy Scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita. And that is just to name only a few. We honor any and all of them. So, our vision statement here at CSL Charlotte is to continue a spiritual community, preparing and creating a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose these science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen mind, body, and spirit of each and every individual. And so one of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. And we teach everyone the tools to do just that. And you're going to find out more about that when we talk about opportunities, because we have a certain time in which we do that in a wonderful way, which is our Tuesday consciousness meeting that occurs every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And you're going to find out more about that pretty soon. So come and join us as we meet on each Tuesday at that time. So we want to welcome everyone here. Want you to enjoy our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each and every one of us. So now, before I pass the mic over to our illustrious spiritual leader, I want to let you know what her theme is. The theme for today that she's going to talk about in more depth is the process of spiritual awakening. The process of spiritual awakening. And with that, I want to leave you with this quote. Spiritual awakening is not about changing who you are, but letting go of who you are not. I want to say that again. Spiritual awakening is not about changing who you are, but letting go of who you are not. And that is from Deepak Chopra. And with that, I'm going to pass the mic over to our fabulous, fearless leader, Reverend Rosedale.
Oh my God. That's Horace the Bush, y'all. Listen to that. He just continues to evolve and evolve and evolve. He just moves up with the community, right? Everything that goes on. So this is fantastic. Thank you, Horace DeBush, for being there and doing that. He's our operations coordinator. He makes sure that this wonderful place gets run like a well-oiled machine. So I'm just grateful for him. He's one of them. All of these people are one of them. So this is great. So anyway, welcome to CSL Charlotte, to everyone, whether you come and finding us on YouTube, Meetup, or wherever you find us, welcome. And I'll say it again, welcome and welcome and welcome. Now, what I'd like to let you know is that we are Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. That is true, but we are the mind, body, spirit center. That can't be said without the other. So today, our attention goes to the process of spiritual awakening. And so, why not educate yourself on this process of spiritual awakening? So, we start our Sunday celebrations. I have to start to slow down my words with an opening affirmative prayer. And that's how we set the tone. So, leading us today in this awesome and beautiful prayer is our, not our cleanup woman yet, our illustrious spiritual harmony woman. That's what she is. And she actually has grown with this community from the day she walked in the door. So as I watch her move through, I get her, Horace too. They're just evolving. All of us. Wow, it's a powerful thing. It gives me goosebumps to see what's going on because they attend all the classes, which you will hear more about too. So, anyway, with that being said, Groovy, let us hear if you are in the process of spiritual awakening.
Good morning, everyone. Let's get ourselves centered and so we can reach out and enjoy spirit as it helps us through our spiritual awakening. We all know that we are one with each other and through spirit. Our service is already happening and we're enjoying ourselves. We're enjoying everything that we're learning and we're enjoying everything that's around us, enjoying this day, enjoying our beautiful Reverend Rosedale. I release this prayer and say, so it is.
It is. And so it is. Thank you, Groovy. Now, next on our platform is Jeriva Trailer. And I like calling my friends and people on this platform by a name that's very endear to my heart, and it is JT. So she is our reader today. And let me just tell you, I tell her in the beginning of the week or so what's on my mind for the week. I don't have a title yet. I just say, this is what it's all about. She takes that and runs with it. Come Friday, when it's time to know what her reading is, she's right there. She's so prepared. So that's why I call her my mind, body, spirit sister. That's a new name I gave her. I used to call her something different, but now I don't know. As long as it's good. So, anyway, listen to her reading today, and you'll get motivated to start the process of spiritual awakening. Now, JT's reading, after it is, there's going to be a song called God Is. Now, pay attention to that song because it's so incredible to know that God shows up where you are, who you are in the process of spiritual awakening. So, JT, make it do what it do.
Good morning. Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. My name is Dreva Trailer, and I'm here to do today's reading. Today's reading is by Ernest Holmes, and it's from the book Creative Ideas. And it's titled Enlarged Horizons. Now we see through a glass darkly. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, book 12. All right. So how true is it that we do see as through a glass darkly, or only in part? But to all of us, there come fleeting moments when our inward vision is open and we seem to look out upon a newer and broader horizon. We are all at a certain place in our growth, but there is a complete certainty before us. We shall continuously expand and experience more and more of that life, which already is perfect. There is no reason why this awakening shall not come now, for we are not really waiting on God. God is waiting on us. All nature awaits our recognition, and even the divine spirit must await our cooperation with it. Today, my eyes are open more widely and I look out upon a broader horizon. Across all the experiences I may have had, which were limited or unpleasant, I now see the rosy hue of a new dawn. Letting go of that which is little, I now enter into a larger concept of life. Dropping all fear, I entertain faith, realizing that every form of uncertainty is seen only in part. I open my spiritual eyes to that which is wholeness, which is greater and better. Today, my eyes are open to the breadth and the height and the depth of that life which is God, that life which is God good, and that life which is perfect. And so it is.
So beautiful. So we're going to start with a short centering, and we're going to just relax your eyes, and you're going to look into your lap maybe, or you're just going to close them all together just to make sure there's nothing in your peripheral vision to distract you. But it's all your choice to do what you want, just for less than a minute. And breathe in really deep and really long, and slowly exhale out. And as you exhale out, make sure you release. Oh, there's so much I want to talk about that breath, but I'm sure that you heard Faith Rivera sing, "Where I stand, God is standing in me. God is breathing life in, out, through me, as me." Now, where does that leave you? Do you think you're a spiritual being having human experiences yet? It's up to you to believe that. I know it's a lot for people to believe because some people have to go through this whole mind-changing experiences, but I had to go through them too, and it seemed like so tough at times, but I'm glad that I stay on this trip. This is a wonderful journey. This is a process that I trust. Well, you're at a choice whether you want to choose to incorporate spiritual practices or not. But if you practice, you're ready then to start the process of spiritual awakening. So wiggle your fingers and your toes and integrate your mind, body, and spirit. You'll hear that all the time. That's the only thing that I can think of, because we need all of these integrated to have a full balanced life. So as you float your eyes open, look around your space now and let it find somebody. Let your eyes find something, not somebody, to connect you back to this present moment. That's part of the process, finding yourself back into the present moment. And then while we're doing that, I'm going to take a gratitude moment and I'm going to say, thank you, Horace the Bush. I love it when you are the MC. And thank you, Mo. I'm sorry. And thank you, Groovy, for serving us so powerfully in prayer today. And thank you, JT, for reading The Enlarged Horizons by Ernest Holmes, our founder. That's the particular one speaks volumes for our topic, the process of spiritual awakening. Wow, what an incredible journey that we're on together. Now, I want to really dive deep into the process of spiritual awakening. You see, today, we're about to embrace with every step that we take from this day on to the rest of the week and then after. And we're going to do it with an open heart and mind. Now, the process of spiritual awakening, the reason why it's so fascinating for me is because we start off and entangled in our ego. Oh, but don't worry. The ego is just the beginning of our beautiful transformation and journey to personal growth. You see, one of the things I recognize is the ego has never been there to harm me, although people give a bad rap to it. But let me tell you something. The ego is protecting me, and I trust that. I also know that me, I'm the one making the decision to listen to the one that makes more happier choices. Now, that's how we get to appreciate our ego, when we start to understand it and we start to have compassion for it. You see, by acknowledging the ego's input, we take and we make many decisions based on our mind, body, spirit connection. So just imagine this profound transformation is awaiting you someplace. And as you every day just bravely open and peel all these daggone layers of the ego, you are becoming a part of the spiritual awakening process. See, underneath all of these things, there's one undeniable truth once you get down in there deep. I've gotten in there several times, and I can get there when I really want to. Want to. Our authentic, this is what is so powerful about it. Our authentic selves radiate, and it's all this untapped energy and potential down underneath all those layers of the ego. You see, our journey is really made possible through dedicated spiritual practices. The mind, the body spirit connection, and listen to this, physical exercises, mind, body, spirit. Heal the body through the mind, you, spirit, and all of that start to making decisions that really make sense. But you got to trust the process. And by trusting the process, we gain access to the universal wisdom, and we can get to form this powerful, powerful connection with that power in here. Now, what got me in JT's reading was the first part. She said, we are at a certain place in our growth, but there is a complete certainty before us. Don't forget the part what she said about the darkly glass. I'm going to go into that in a minute. We shall continuously expand, experience, and even learn more and more that life is inside of us. It's already perfect. But a lot of people go, well, when I get here and when I get, man, girl, guy, listen, it's already there and it's already perfect. So there's no reason for us to be worrying about, should this awakening come to me. Oh, I loved it, man. Oh my God, when she read that, I have to hear it again and again and again. She said, there's no reason why this awakening shall not come now. But I'm going to tell you why I love it. Because we're not really waiting on God. You heard that? God is waiting on us. So now, knowing this is just the beginning of the process of spiritual awakening. Here's another thing I want you to tell you about the process of spiritual awakening: socialization. The process, socialization is within the process of spiritual awakening. You need everything. You need other people, you need everything. But the sociology part of me went to work on science the other day, and it shows me that there are significant benefits in spiritual communities, just like Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. And so what I do know is that we share, we hear others when they talk about their experiences and have their insights within the group, like the consciousness meeting. We have discussions, we have feedback, and we share ideas, and we have spiritual practice. But you know, our consciousness meetings, you know what they do? They stimulate this personal transformation and healing for all of us, each individually and collectively as a community. Now, over the past 4 years, we have experienced these benefits together, and we've done it through self-awakening. Now, when we trust the process of spiritual awakening, that's when, but you got to trust it. Sometimes you don't. And that's when you realize it's like, oh, okay. But every single obstacle, when you learn to trust that process, forms this little bridge for us to walk across to get to the other side of our circumstances, the other side of whatever the problem is. Our obstacles, all of our obstacles, they're just there to propel us towards personal growth, transformation, and also an expanded consciousness. Actually, you know what I think? We are socially together at CSL Charlotte as a part of the process of spiritual awakening, whether we know it or not, or whether we admit it or not. You see, we embody our own spiritual gifts and trust our intuition when we're together. And we also have automatic doors opening to us if we're open and ready to these extraordinary possibilities. Now, each moment of clarity and each little flash of insight that you get or glimpse is cause for you to celebrate. And that's what I love about having a Sunday celebration, to just let you know how powerful things are really happening. So all week long, you can keep recalling that, because just me doing this research alone tells me that there's tangible proof that our progress is being made all the time, because it connects me anyway to my power. So I just consider this incredible power is just so awesome, and I get to possess it. So together at CSL Charlotte, and hopefully and knowingly at many other communities, but we actively are co-creating our reality together. We have the power to transform our dreams into some real, tangible outcomes. But you gotta see it here first before you see it out here later. Watch the later. I'm gonna talk to you about that in a minute. I think I'm gonna remember this. Oh, boy. But before we know it, this is what happens. We start getting excited. We start sharing some this real genuine enthusiasm that's inside of our bodies, and we start doing it everywhere we go. And people start to, I know it to be true, because this is what I keep hearing everywhere I go when I'm working in Fort Mill down here at the complex with these ladies. I love working with my senior group. And what happens is we get to see that, but I hear them tell me, we hear you. We know you have something to say to us. And that's letting me know I'm just being enthused with this power within me. Well, that's only if you're willing to believe that about yourself, though. But I totally believe what people tell me about me. So this isn't just your personal growth being socially a part of a spiritual community. This is a ripple effect. And what it's doing is touching lives, countless lives, and everything that gets in before you, in front of you, right? Everybody, animals, children. You see, it is the actual process of spiritual awakening, and it's at work in CSL Charlotte and our socialization process. See, our journey, each and every one of us are on an individual journey. What it does, it serves as an inspiration to each other, whether we know it or not. So if you share something at the consciousness meeting and it was really, you might have thought, oh, I don't know if I should share that, or I'm going to share it. And somebody heard you. You shedded some insight or inspiration to someone else. That's part of the process of spiritual awakening. So by continuing to nurture the spiritual side of us, and we get to share our experiences, we're contributing collectively to this community, and it's rippling all the way outside, because each one in here is carrying this to somebody. Somebody heard something and they're going to repeat it this week. I know. That's how spirit works. The universe supports our growth, and it cheers us on, and it pushes us all the way past the boundaries of all the things that we never knew were possible. But then all we got to do is start to dedicate ourselves. So because by dedicating yourself to a path of self-awareness and spiritual growth, you're not just changing your own life. You're playing a vital role in elevating human consciousness as a whole. I'm seeing so many people coming out of different places all over this country talking about things they do. This person here talks about, I want to bring out vulnerability. That's something that you never heard back in 30 years ago. I want to talk about how they're still doing the work of that power within them. Different, but it's still reaching somebody. See, the rewards of all of this process that we go through is just totally endless. And the time to begin this process is when? Now. So all we have to do is shift mindsets. And when we start doing that, we start to shed this old skin. We start making space. We even start to nurture our true essence. And then we set back. We set back with our ego and let this true essence take the wheel, drive in comfort, or ride in comfort. But for me, it felt scary in the beginning, some 30 years ago when I first started. But it's so worth it. I'm not even going to say it's so worth it. It's been incredibly liberating for me. And so what I'm finding out now, the research phase that I was in, it started getting really fascinating. When I started trying stuff and seeing it work, oh my God, I was getting more and more excited about me, about my life, from that pitiful, I'm telling you, that pitiful person that I was when I was in regular traditional church. I wasn't getting what my spirit needed to feel the confidence I have today. So I turned into this spiritual detective. I started exploring every little nook and cranny of my consciousness. And oh my God, here's what happened. I found out that we're creating room for our authenticity to just come out, to emerge, to be something to celebrate. That's why I call this our celebration service, because it's something to celebrate. Every time I talk about this thing within us that we're a part of, this energy that we are, I'm good with that. But now here, take heart, because it's okay to be lost, because sometimes it's all a part. It's a part of the process of spiritual awakening to be a little lost. Because when you're a little lost, you're going to do some work, you're going to do some digging, you're going to find something. Listen, every philosophical book you read, every self-awareness talk like this one you hear is bringing you closer to your truth. I've always been deep in spiritual, scientific, and peer review and whatever else, because I like the peer review. I don't play that mess about, the Google thing is so general. It's just people selling stuff. Not with peer reviewed research, baby. Never. And all of that stuff over the years have grown me. So when do you start the process? Now. But so as I started seeing that I was growing, one day I stepped back and said, oh my goodness, when my authentic self started coming out and I started realizing who I am and I'm excited about me, genuinely, I was thrilled beyond measure. Totally thrilled. It was like rediscovering the wonder of my childhood all over again, all over again. And when I face challenges, yes, I face challenges. Who'd have thunk it? I will always face challenges because that's the only way I'm going to know you're out of the process, baby. That's how you know. I get so excited when I think about it. See, I saw that I relined my entire life over the last couple of years. I keep looking back and just to compare and smiling. I'm not looking back to feel bad. I'm looking back to be happy because those transformations that I have experienced have set me free. And oh my God, I can be who I truly am. I don't have a problem speaking my truth. And I don't have a problem letting somebody else speak theirs to me. None at all. So I want to tell you a little bit more about JT's reading because she said it. I don't know if you heard, she went to that Bible verse. She did that the last reading too. She got those Bible verses. Anyway, JT, this other clue, just in case you didn't hear that part when she read about how we see through this glass darkly or in part. Listen to that. We see through a glass darkly or in part, right? So there's another verse in the Bible. When I saw that, I said, what is he talking about? I dig. So at the top of her reading, I saw that and said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I went to both of those First Corinthians 12 and 13, but let me do 12 first. Okay, so First Corinthians 12 says this. I have to slow down with that because they write a little different, but I want you to know I'm going to explain it. For now, we see in a mirror darkly, but then we will see, meaning later, we will see it face to face. Check that out. And then he says, now I know only in part. This is the Bible guy. I will know fully, even as I have been fully known. You got to know that you're known because that's that power. Everybody's like, I want God to know me. God already knows you. You are one with God. Okay. So what that all said, I know. It says that right now we can only understand things in a limited way today. As if, no, you know what I like? The fact that we see it in a limited way, we get to see it later, but you got to practice. You got to go through the process of spiritual awakening. That's how we do it. So, okay, so right now we see things in a limited way, as if we are looking at something that you can't, a mirror that you can't really even make out. But that's your reflection, okay, in that mirror. So one day we will see everything is what they're saying. Like I will know me later because clearly we will come face to face with it one way or the other. Now, it just depends on what side you vibe on. Now, if you vibing on the fear side and always still, you won't let go of that old paradigm and calling yourself these crazy names and doing all these things, then okay, you'll stay there, continuing to stay face to face with that. But if you start saying, I'm pushing on, I got to get on the other side of this, I'm tired of thinking this way and finding these things happening in my body. So listen to this. Just know it's part of the process. Right now, our knowledge is incomplete, but in the future, we fully understand. Just as we understand, we are one with God. And that's the process of spiritual awakening. Know this, though. This journey is unique to each and every one of us. There's no right way, there's no wrong way to experience the process of spiritual awakening. What brought the next song up to me was this. When I read, I told you I'll get you 13. When I read First Corinthians verse 13, it said this. And now there are, here it is, 3 things that last forever: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of all 3 is love. Now, can we do this? It's simple. Start loving ourselves more. Can we do this? There's no greater love than self-love. I realized long ago that loving myself was the greatest love of all. And I've been listening to that song over and over this week. But here's what I do know. With that, I really love me. I've learned how to do it because it's a process of spiritual awareness and awakening. What about you? It's clear to me that the child within me never left. I still hold my instinct for fun, for self-preservation, for self-love. The ego protects me in self-preservation too. Remember that. This is why I have such deep respect for children. I want to keep them. I teach children yoga. I love it. So I want to keep them in their respect for themselves all the way until adulthood and beyond, instead of being shut down with their desires and their ideas like we were at times. See, some people, they might get annoyed with the sound of children running around and screaming and yelling and all that because they shock you sometimes. But I find these as such precious moments. So children are incredibly important to me, and I cherish the time I spend with them. So as you listen to this next song, let your love shine through. But above all, reflect on the child you once knew in here and appreciate the joy and excitement of children around you today, in contrast or in conjunction with. So while you're at it, all these things, all these thoughts I gave you to think, because I really want you to feel this message, listen to this song, The Greatest Love of All. Wow, wow, wow. I hope you got some advice never to walk in anyone's shadow. But I just got to go back to JT for a minute to tell you why that's my mind, body, spirit sister. She and I did not discuss what she said. And she talked about, oh, yeah, I saw 12 and I saw 13, but I'm going to tell you about 12. And I'm like, oh my God, she did all that in her mind the same way I did for today's talk. And I just have to say that. So, JT, bam, bam, we're Scorpios. That's why. Okay, anyway, that's enough. So, after all of that, guys, here, I hope you heard all of that and let it mean something to you, and don't walk in other people's shadow, and don't lie to people about something if they ask you the truth about something. Just be authentic, and also take the excitement in those children and remind yourself, who are you? I can laugh too in this process of spiritual awakening. Well, that all said, I know you caught all wind of our fabulous, um, wonderful platform people, if you will. So, that all said, I like to talk about birthdays. You know, everybody has one, hopefully. And you know what? That is the day we came to be. So at CSL Charlotte, we acknowledge each and every one of our birthdays, and we make sure of that. Alan just had a birthday and we did his last week. So jot down your day and your month and your day. We don't need the year. And just let us know so we can always think of you on that day you came to be. All right, that's all. Even if you're in YouTube, especially if you're in YouTube and we haven't met you yet. But I love seeing you guys when I go in there to check out our page. I see people have stopped by on a regular to listen and view some of the services. So that's fabulous. So I'm giving you a big gratitude shout out for returning to come and see us. So now the big gratitude and shout out goes to all of us here on this platform. Thank you, Horace, for being our MC today, and so powerful. That prayer that you just belted out. You know, it was just fabulous. It's just the way it should be. And for Alan with those announcements, just bam, bam. So, you know, bing, bing, bing is all, my cells are just bouncing. You know, we got these neurotransmitters that's going all through our bodies. I listen to mine and I use them. I hope you do too. And then open prayer. Groovy, thank you for opening us up, for setting the tone. You are the one. She's also the person that's in the background, keeping things really nice and cool to make sure that the sounds don't get all out of control, and she helps people out. That's very good. And thank you, JT, for reading that prayer. It just lit me up reading, it just lit me up. So another thing I like to say about Groovy is that she is what I call our spiritual harmony steward. Now, and she keeps everything clean and quiet back there. So that's what I meant to say. And then Mo, she's the person who's responsible. She's our spiritual practitioner who's responsible for emailing our prayer requests to making sure people get their prayer in their inbox and things of that nature. So I always say, if you have not received a prayer from CSL Charlotte, you have not put in a prayer request through CSL Charlotte, because then Mo will send you a nice little prayer in your inbox. So thank you, Timmy P, for bringing us to a safe landing as you always do. And thank you, Alan, for being my right-hand man. And before we close for the last song, consider this. Today was all about why the process of spiritual awakening is important. The process of spiritual awakening, as you know, aligns us with our perfect transformations every single time. So the process of spiritual awakening is something that you want to remember for the rest of the week and then some. So if you want something to do this week, start that. Start the process of spiritual awakening. And then you're going to see yourself gain confidence, gain some more wanting to do more. And then you're going to discover new ways to look at yourself, new ways to talk to yourself and call yourself these names. Now, one thing I do know before we close out, there is always a song that relates to what we're talking about. And there's this energy that is this conqueror energy in life. And when we accept the fact that we are a conqueror and we don't accept defeat and we don't live on our knees, we actually don't do that. So listen to this next song, Conqueror. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh Shevitz. Everybody is in their own place right now, or in a particular place, all in different places and all evolving at different paces. Oh my God. So, whatever you do, take that word with you that you are confident. I felt the energy in that Conqueror song, and I hope you felt it through your process of spiritual awakening, because it was really awesome. So, that being said, bring it down a notch, just a notch, because I like to keep this revving for the rest of the day. But anyway, let me say, Groovy, for you to please come back and pray us out for the week.
This has been such a beautiful celebration. We have all learned that we are conquerors through each other and through spirit. We share the love and light and joy of life all day, every day. We learn every time we come here, and we love it. Releasing this into the spirit, into the world. And so it is.
Is. Whoa, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody, this whole awesome team. And I did thank all of my team. I'm sure I did. So as we wrap up our time together, I just want you to remember to take all these songs with the message and combine them in your process of spiritual awakening this week. And remember, you need a good spiritual practice to get you through the process of spiritual awakening. So remember, the universe is constantly supporting us and you and me in general. So until we meet again, focus on the process of spiritual awakening.